So, good evening. It's Doc Kyle once again, and I'm here to bring you the rush of our last quiz, bone marrow failure. No? So, I'm very proud of the scores that you have gotten from 15 to perfect. It's really quite high. No, it shows that you have a degree of high degree of comprehension to my last topic. No, so first question: what is the gold standard for managing a plastic anemia? No? So the answer is bone marrow transplantation, Jude. So in any organ that is severely damaged, no, or there are genetic aberrations, example your kidney or your heart, pagani, no, there is no other option na Jude, only to change it, no, especially example for your kidney, no. In reality, the kidney can handle a large amount of damage, but if the damage is successive and it's quite big in amplitude, no, in magnitude rather ang damage, it makes a kidney fibrotic and unable to heal itself, so it cannot function properly. But with regards to congenital malformations like your bone marrow failure na congenital, no, and also your acquired na severe kayo, what happens is your genetic there is genetic aberrations, no. If the genetic aberrations mess up the instructions to create your hematopoietic cells, no, so it's bound to fail, Jude, no. It's bound to create very abnormal blood cells. So the only way to change it, no amount of medication can heal it, because of course the genetics itself is destroyed na or malformed. So you really might as well change the whole the whole sequence in order to produce healthy and normal blood cells. But take note, it's very hard to find a donor, especially in bone marrows, no. So it's ideal for the bone marrow donor to be ideally a twin, kung wala a twin, identical twin, no, na walay sakit, no. Ang worst pa, you really need to screen po the twin, no, because if it's a congenital disease, there's a high chance that the twin also has the congenital disease po. So kato. So what type of aplastic anemia is usually accompanied by multi-organ malformation? As said earlier, congenital jud, no. So congenital jud siya. So because usually bone marrow malformations don't occur, bone marrow failure malformation diseases, they don't occur by themselves, jud, no. They are usually accompanied by multi-organ failures like the skin, bone, said in the lecture. Anemia due to decreased erythropoietin production, chronic inflammation which produce hepcidin, which then hoards iron in the liver and limits iron for hematopoiesis, no. From the first statement pa lang, erythropoietin production, no. So erythropoietin is produced in the kidney. So chronic kidney disease lang jud na siya, maulang jud na siya, no. So kato. Also note, if I took away the erythropoietin part in this question, no, so chronic inflammation or any kanang chronic condition like malignancy pod na unrelated sa ato ang bone marrow can also cause, no, anemia of chronic disease, kumbaga with the same pathophysiology na katong hepcidin gihapon na pathway, no. So kato. Fatigue as a symptom of bone marrow failure is mainly brought about by, of course, kato mubo lang mo hemoglobin kay there is decrease in erythrocytes. An increase in intravascular volume in preparation for blood loss during delivery dilutes RBCs, leading to delusional anemia. So like I said earlier, pregnancy lang jud na siya, no, kay of course in pregnancy you really need to prepare because you're really expected to lose blood regardless, no, cesarean pa ba na or normal vaginal spontaneous delivery and VSD. So there's always related blood loss, no. So actually your hemoglobin level is normal. Kato lang na-dilute lang siya kay daghan kag storage of fluid, no, when you're pregnant. An increase in intravascular volume examples of congenital bone marrow failure Of course, this is your Fanconi, this is your SBDS, no, and your dyskeratosis congenita. Multi-system disorder characterized by skeletal malformations, cytopenia, and pancreatic insufficiency. So, actually, namali jud ko ani sa namali jud ko ani sa PowerPoint and sa video, no. The thing about it, I'm really sorry ka namali ko, no. The thing about it was I didn't proofread man good, so nabutang nako na increased ang amuhang mga pancreatic enzymes. On contrary na ang tinuod ay dapat decreased siya, no. I was thinking about chronic pancreatitis in general, no. So I'm sorry, no. So sa imuhang pancreatic insufficiency versus pancreatitis, no. In pancreatitis, there is an inflammation in the pancreas, no. So due to the acute nature of pancreatitis in comparison to SBDS, no, mahitabo ata diha to mosulod to akong explanation na kato na cellular damage na mag-release o kato amylase and lipase, there will be an increase in the blood vessels o in the blood of your pancreatic enzymes food. So kato, and then maumota siya. But with regards to your Schwachman-Bodjan-Diamond syndrome, kay insufficient jud imuhang pancreas to begin with. So reduced jud imuhang unsa pancreatic functions. Always remember that your pancreas has two functions, no? Your exocrine and then your endocrine, no? Your endocrine being your insulin, somatostatin, no? And glucagon, insulin and somatostatin, no? And then your exocrine functions, that's your amylase lipase pod, no? So when there is acute segue na lang ta kay since nagkamali man ko ako ang Schwachman-Bodjan-Diamond na lecture, mag small discussion lang ko sa pancreatitis, and you can quote me on this, no? So when there is acute pancreatitis, no, there is an inflammation of the pancreas leading to cellular damage, thus naka-enzyme leakage. That's why mataas imuhang amylase, lipase. But not necessarily na mataas lang siya sa blood vessel nimo, sa blood supply nimo, no, but also the surrounding area, no. That's why imuhang fat na naga-surround sa imuhang pancreas will undergo kato lipolysis. That's why there will be fat necrosis dito sa area na to. So once na break na to, the purpose of your lipase is to break down to liberate your fatty acids from your glycerols, from your, diba, triacyl glycerol man na siya. I-liberate na itong katong tulo ka fatty acids from your glycerol, no, leading to free fatty acids. May tabuan na mo-combine na ang calcium diha na area, maghimo sila calcium salts. So apart from kato, mo increase imong amylase lipase, mo decrease pud imong total calcium kay na absorb naghimo mo siya complexes with your fatty acids dito sa area na nag-fat necrosis. So kato, sorry, bonus lecture na lang po guys. So sorry, namali ko. So excuse me. Pancreatic insufficiency na kato, pancytopenia is your Schwachman-Bodjan-Diamond syndrome, no? Condition decrease in all blood cells, no? So no-brainer, pancytopenia. Lack of maturations in red cells can be evident in macrocytosis, no? So kana siya kato. Congenital erythroid hypoplasia disorder within the first life and increased HbF. So basta kana lang jud inyong ma-remember, basta specific jud siya na decrease in kanang erythroid hypoplasia jud, no? Hypoplasia, not kanang dysplasia like man tong unsa CDA, no, congenital dyserythropoietic. Pag dyserythropoietic meaning na siya erythropoiesis gihapon, but nalay mga malformations, no, nalay aberration sa pag-produce. Unlike pag hypoplasia jud, mubo jud kaayo, hypo meaning low ang production jud, no. So this is your Jamond yung Jamond black fan, no. So diamond black fan anemia, no. So X-linked gene mutation under DCK1 gene for dyscarine causes this syndrome. Of course, dyskeratosis congenita. Anong dyscarine sa pangalan, I don't know. Kundi pa ninyo magets, no? So common sites for extramedullary hematopoiesis, except of course your brain, no. But nagunsa ko, I did a little research po. There is a rare condition, no, na case study na nagpakita na hematopoiesis sa imong brain. So is this choice wrong? No, kay common man ako ang ginaas, dili man rare, but amazing lang jud siya na pwede ka mag-extramedullary hematopoiesis sa imong brain, no. It's amazing, no. So kato, which does not describe aplastic anemia. Kato, increased hematopoietic cells, di decrease na siya dapat. Type of aplastic anemia which is not present at birth, no. So of course acquired, no. Kung at birth, di ba, congenital pa kanang not at birth, even at 1 year old, or as long as paggawas nimo usa pa din mo siya nakuha, like kahit maski 2 minutes or 1 minute pa lang, acquired na siya acquire naman mo siya, no. So autosomal recessive moderate anemia, also known as HEMPAS, hereditary erythroblastoid multinuclearity with positive ossified serum, of course, is your CDA1, CDA2 day. CDA1, also always remember your Swiss cheese na nucleus, no. Swiss cheese appearance, no. Anemia caused by infiltration of abnormal cells like metastatic tumor cells in the inflammatory cells, and metastatic tumor cells and inflammatory cells into the bone marrow, and destruction of the hematopoietic cells. Of course, it's your myelophthic na anemia, no. So autosomal recessive severe chronic anemia which presents as malformations in the fingers, toes, bronze. Kato, erythroblasts have a Swiss cheese appearance, mo ni mo CDA1. Acquired condition caused by parvovirus B19, where normal levels of HbF. This is your transient erythroblastopenia of your childhood, no. Kaning parvovirus B19 is also known as the fifth disease, no, in childhood. Naman na first disease, third disease, first, second, third, fourth. This is known as the fifth disease, no. So these are common childhood exanthems, kumbaga, na. So if you plan on going to medicine, no, you will be acquainted with your exanthems, no. So these are fevers with associated na mga rashes, no. So the rash associated with your parvovirus B19 is your slap cheek, no, slap cheek appearance, no. So kanang slap cheek appearance mo na siya magpula-pulang aping because there is a decrease in your hemoglobin. That's why mag-dilate imong blood vessel. So kato mag-compensate siya. That's the explanation sa akong ma-remember. So correct me if I'm wrong lang. Qualitative defect in RBCs evident in aplastic anemia, of course, activation of C5b to CO2 retained individual. Simply put, activate imuhang membrane attack complex of your complement in an acidotic serum. This syndrome is caused by deletion of FUNC-A, FUNC-C, so Fanconi anemia, no. So if ana lang jud ako ang mga quizzes, guys, as much as possible. I follow in the footsteps of Doc Salaver, no, Ian Salaver, and then I really do believe na kung magbasa lang jud mo, kaya lang jud ninyo kay perfect ko na akong mga quiz, no. Basic lang jud ako ang mga, I dili man necessarily basic, but I try to make it as less hard as possible, no, because current state nato ron medyo lisod jud siya kaayo, no. It's online classes and all, and then murag kumbaga dili mo maka-escape sa inyong schoolwork, no. So I try to be as less of a burden, no, as I'm already am. So ambot lang ko nagkasayop-sayop akong grammar and all, no, but kato, I really want to help you guys, no. But at the same time, I really want to teach you guys also, no. So I hope that you learned something in our last topic, and then if you have questions, just feel free to ask, no. So I'm really happy na nag-correct na ako atong unsa SBDS na lecture na point sa lecture. So kudos to you, man, no. So anyway, kato. So if you have questions, corrections, and then feel ninyo na something wrong sa inyong quiz, just feel free to ask me. Wala lang dyan kay problema ka istorya. Anytime. As long as mata ko, no? O as long as di mo mangayog kwarta, makahelp man siguro ko. So anyway, thank you guys and good night. God bless. Hopefully makita ata face to face soon enough. And don't worry, akong mga quizzes will follow the same trend as today. As the previous quiz. So God bless guys. Bye bye.